coming down today to this press conference to announce World Championship Boxing at the Echo Arena on Saturday the 4th of June, where the headline fight will be for the WBO World Super Welterweight Championship between Liam Smith and PREDRAG RADOSEVIC. The rest of the card is a cracking one. I'll quickly run through that before we introduce the guys and open the floor to questions. Also on the card we have the WBO International Super Flyweight Championship between Paul Butler and, wait for this one, I'm going to try and pronounce this one. I'm just going to do the surname, Kokieti Jim, up there, from Thailand. We also have the IBF International Bantamweight Championship, which will be Zolani Tete against our old friend TBA. We also have the EPU European Bantamweight Championship between champion Brian FARRAG and from France Karim Gueffrey. And also on the card, the vacant EBU European Super Bantamweight Championship between JAZZA Dickens and Abigail Medina from Spain. Also on the card, Tom Stalker, Liam Williams, Stephen Lewis, Josh Leather and Declan Geraghty. As I said, it's on the 4th of June here at Echo Arena here in Liverpool. It'll be live and exclusive on BoxNation. Tickets are 40, 60, 80, 100 and 150 pounds. Available from echoarena.com, eventim.co.uk and from ticketmaster.co.uk. Like I said, the guys, the four top fights are here. Fighters are here from the 4 top fights. It's a cracking card, all put together as usual in Liverpool, and it makes it so much easier that we have got such an array of talent on our, in our stable at Queensbury Promotions from this area. Very lucky to sort of work with such talented fighters and be able to call on them to put together such a great card. Obviously helps that we've got a world champion sitting to my left, which is like I said, a real privilege to work with, and Liam will be looking to establish himself this year as the top super welterweight on the planet. The fights that we've tried to make for Liam are, we had Austin Trout dusted. Liam agreed to it. Austin, we thought, had agreed to it, and after, I suppose, it was confirmed almost, within the camps, Austin Trout decided that he'd rather fight Charlo, to take an easy route in my opinion. I can't really blame him. I wouldn't want to fight Liam Smith either. He's a top world champion, and he's going to have to continue to prove that, and wait for us to make those top fights for him later on this year. Offers been made to Kell Brook. Obviously Amir Khan at the weekend was at middleweight, and I'll just it'd be an intriguing one perhaps towards the end of the year if Amir only wanted to drop back down 1 weight rather than the 2 he's mentioned. But what we have got on the 4th of June is a world title fight against a guy who's 30-1 with 11 KOs, so he's got a very good record, and Liam's going to have to be at the top of his game and not take his eye off the challenge ahead on the 4th of June, because if you don't win these ones, then you don't get the big ones. But it's going to be a cracking fight, and I'm sure Liam will be looking to put on a top show. Do you want to say a few words, Liam?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to be back home. I haven't boxed in Liverpool since I won the title. I had two fights in Manchester. Looking forward to seeing the turnout, and it's a good fight for me. Otherwise, I picked this fight last time. I asked for this opponent for the first defence. He's a good, solid European fighter. He's like kind of like Arthur Abraham. He's solid, and he's only lost to Felix Steen at middleweight. Most of his career's been at middleweight, so it's a good defence. With it not being a mandatory, it's a good voluntary. People might think, he's not a big name, but when you look into him properly, it's a good fight, and that's why I chose it last time, and Francis I've got him made it this time, so I'm happy with the opponent. It's not a mandatory. I'm going to get a mandatory forced on me next, so it is what it is, and I'm happy with it.
Big marquee fights are always the ones that catch everyone's eyes, but I think as Liam just said, these are fights that are still building a career, and styles make fights. I think this will be a great one. Next on to Mr. Butler to my right. We all know super talented. I've said time and time again, I believe he's the most naturally talented guy in the country. And that, you know, he's just got bags and bags of ability, and moved trainers recently to Oliver Harrison's gym, so we're very excited to see what that development in his career will bear, what fruits will bear from that. He'll be fighting for the WBO International Super Flyweight Championship, defending his title against that Thai guy. I'm not going to try and say his name again. And this will act as an eliminator as well for the full world title. So if Paul wins this, when Paul wins this, he will go on to challenge Inoue for that full world title. So it's all to fight for. Back to where he belongs, at the top, you know, the top of the tree. He's been, you know, he's had 4 good knockout wins in his last 4, and you know, it's onwards and upwards, and not to take his eye off the ball on the 4th of June, but there's a world title shot just over the horizon. Paul.
Yeah, obviously looking forward to getting back out, back to where I believe I belong. Obviously, world title eliminator, 2 fights away from being world champion. So I'm working out in the gym, obviously a new gym, learning new stuff, picking up new things. So I'm really looking forward to getting out there, putting on a good performance and showing everyone what I'm about. I know it's a tough fight, but working on tactics in the gym, and I'll be coming out with the win.
Thanks, Paul. To my far left, we've got Ryan FARRAG, who will be fighting Kareem Gorefri, defending his EBU European Bantamweight Championship. After that terrific win against Stephen Jamoy, Ryan had a quick win back in March. Just any rust off the gloves, but you know, defending his title against a Frenchman who's got a massive decent record, 23-3. So again, Ryan has to be on top of his game to keep hold of his belt, and I'm sure he will be.
Yeah, great bill to be part of, you know, fellow scouts and Ian Smith having a build. Jazz is going to be fighting for the European title. Obviously Paul's fighting for the spot of the world title. So it's another good build to be part of, and I'm just happy to get out so soon after my last win, stay active. Karim's a good fighter, and he's the type of fighter that I want to be fighting. I don't want to be fighting people that don't want to come and fight, and I know for the fact that Karim will come and fight, and I think that'll bring the best out of me. And I'm looking forward to getting in there with someone at that level, and then moving on to the next level once I've dealt with it.
Thanks, Ryan. And finally, to my far right, we've got James JAZZA Dickens. Don't want to go on too much about it, but I've got huge respect for James for taking that fight against Rigondo, and even more respect for him for keep smiling after being messed about. Because we all know in boxing these things happen time and time again. It's not the last thing. Sorry, not the first. It certainly won't be the last time. But you know, he's fighting to become European champ and win this. You know, it's he's looking beyond this. I think he's got the talent and the ability, and certainly the self-belief. And that shows in taking the Rigondo fight. And I think, you know, a couple more wins and perhaps try and make that one again later on down the line. I think a couple more wins and Jazz will be in an even better position to fight Rigondo. You know, and I think you know that perhaps that being messed about might put a bit of extra fire in your belly and make you want it even more.
Yeah, that fight was a massive letdown, but it's not about that fight, it's about fighting for the European title, and I've dreamed of this since I was a little kid, and now to be fighting on a massive bill with the lads here is just beyond my wildest dreams, but I do want to be world champion, and the European fight is one step closer to world title, but you know, I've got to do a good job on the next opponent, which is a very good opponent, and he's going to come to fight, and there's just a great buzz around the gym. Even like the amateurs, Peter McGrail, he's just won the ABA's lines, fighting for his European title. Kevin Satchel was European champion last year, so I'm just going to go and follow and do what they do and look towards the world title. That big fight where I missed out has put a lot more hunger in me, and I'm just looking forward to cracking on, getting my head down and getting a good win, not looking past anyone. Just doing a good job, and also not lucky to be on these cards. not taken it for granted. It's very blessed to be followed, to be appreciated, to people spend hard their money to come watch me fight. So I'm very happy and very lucky to be doing this as my day job. A lot of people go to work and come home covered in oil, tired, don't get to spend time with the families. I get a lot of love on that, social media and stuff like that, and I'm in the limelight and people appreciate me. I'm very lucky and blessed to be doing what I'm doing.
Well said. Well said. Just like to open the floor to any questions, please.
Liam, is this a grade up from Jimmy Kelly?
Yeah, definitely. You know, if you look, just go through the record, the class is mixed up. You know, that before the Jimmy Kelly fight was made, you know, I understand why it was made, the time succession. It was only a short space of time from when I won the title. It was a very easy match made, and Jimmy Kelly was in the rankings, he was WBO Europe Intercontinental Champion, so I knew, and realistically, when I look back, I can see why that fight was made, but you know, when I looked through the rankings, I was entitled to a voluntary. You know, Radosevic was one I picked. He's got a very good record. He's beat some good people, Giuseppe Lari. You know, he's only lost to Felix Sturm. He was a good Felix Sturm at middleweight. You know, I know he's not what he was now at middleweight, but he was a good middleweight Felix Sturm, and you know, Felix Sturm stopped him. But Cyril's at middleweight. He's a good solid fighter. And, you know, it was a good voluntary defence. So I'm looking forward to it. I know people, you know, you get the sort of the people who don't know because it's a foreigner, it's not one of the top names, but it's a good fight for me. I'm happy with it.
You mentioned you'd asked for him for your first defence. What is it that you've seen in him that sort of encourages you?
Stylistically wise, he's a good solid fighter, and you know, he's an orthodox fighter. He comes and he'll have a fight, and I think anyone who knows that's what I like. I don't want to be running around chasing a big awkward southpaw, or you know, one day it's going to have to come, and I don't mean nothing by it that I can't handle them, but I don't think it's going to fight that way. Stylistically wise, this fight will beat that.
How difficult is it for you to sort of change your mindset when you thought it was going to be Austin Trout?
No, I kind of knew in the long run, obviously, because you know, social media is a massive thing now, and you know, I'm on social media, so I was seeing things here and there. I knew they were in talks for the Charlo fight, and the day, you know, Charlo's my mandatory, I think it got let out that he'd signed for the day it got announced, so that was my mandatory. I think it got let out he'd signed for the Charlo fight, so it was kind of knew that was going to happen, but you know, we know it's going to happen. We still have to wait for the WBO to confirm it, and they hadn't confirmed nothing, which was the delay in announcing an opponent. So you know, like I say, it is what it is, and everything happens for a reason. Hopefully Charlo can go and beat Charlo, and if you know, we both accepted the fight for the WBO, why not we accept the fight for the WBO on the IBF?
You still fancy Trout, would you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was a fight I thought was going to be my mandatory. It was a fight I fancied. It was a good fighter, I think. A little bit past his best, but seems to have a new little bit of hunger in him. He's gone changed trainers. He's gone with Lamb and Pizza and staying a Hunter. So he's kind of on a bit of form, but I do think someone like myself will stop that, and you know, it's a fight I'd love. It's a big name.
Just me?
John, the floor is yours.
Paul, it's nice to be getting back at that elite level, I would imagine, here in Liverpool. I mean, I know you're not a great studier of opponents. Ty's traditionally are very tough at this weight. Know anything about him at all? What are you expecting?
Yeah, we've been watching quite a bit of him, to be honest with you. I don't normally watch him, but between rounds, on the pads, sparring, he's on a little screen in the corner of the ring. We've been going back, watching little things, seeing what he does well, going into the sparring, all the pads, trying to stop what he does well, things he doesn't do too well, working on stuff how we can catch him. Little things with Oliver, like we've had the clickers counting how many shots he throws per round. He doesn't throw too many, he throws from 35 to 45 per round, and then the 12th round he throws over 100 shots. So obviously the game plan will be trying to make him work through them rounds, make him throw more shots than he's used to, and we'll see how we fare.
How's the new regime working with Oliver? What we changed?
It's good, it's really good. Obviously sometimes you need a change. Obviously new stuff in the gym. I just felt like I was in a rut, getting a little bit stale. So we've gone with the change. I'm feeling good, and I believe you'll see a lot better me on the 4th of June.
How far are you off that sort of elusive world title fight? Is it going to happen this year, Francis? Yeah. Can you allude to anything about that?
Well, the winner of this, when Paul wins this, he's installed as manager champion.
So you'd expect that to happen before the turn of the year, would you?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. It's where, it's back where he belongs. I've said it for a while. He said 4 good wins. He's got a bit of spring back in his step, which is nice to see. And I think Liam talking about having been in fights that where people actually coming out of a fight and challenging these guys' ability, which is so high. Paul doesn't want to be chasing people around the ring either. He wants to be in fights and to show he's the best.
Ryan, European title fight for you in front of your home crowd. European champion, it's difficult to get some limelight, isn't it? There's so much talent in this city. I mean, what are you looking to do to sort of change that?
I'll just be doing what I do out there. My plan is to just win in style. That's the way to get noticed. But a lot of people have been saying to me, when are you fighting away again? I say, I'm happy to be fighting home, don't be wishing that on me. But yeah, good opponent coming to fight me in my own time is exactly what I want. I believe I'll thrive on that, and you'll see the best of me. I'm looking forward to it.
What's the plan over the next 12 months? Where do you see the progression?
Not really looking past this fight at the moment, but obviously, I see myself fighting for the world title sometime over the next 12 months. I've got myself a good ranking with the IBF now, so if I can move up the ladder there and get myself in a mandatory spot, that'd be great.
JAZZA, obviously disappointment not getting Rigondo, but in a way, has that done you a favour? It's given you a lot of limelight, but you're still up there fighting for titles, even though that previous fight didn't happen.
Get a lot of endorsements and stuff like that over social media, but the only talking we can do is in the ring, and to be a real world champion depends on your skills alone. And I think that fight is it is because I feel like I do know there's a lot more in me, and I need a big fight like that to show what I am really capable of. I know I'm capable of being world champion, but a lot of self-belief, and I know it's the biggest thing that you need is self-belief. So that fight is it set me back a tiny bit, but I have to keep plodding on, and this fight will hopefully put me back up there in the mix of the world title, because there's not much after the European title.
How proud would you be to be another European champion from this city then?
It'd be brilliant. There hasn't been many, and there's it's just an honour, to be doing what I am doing for like the kids in the city, to look up to someone who's doing well from positive things like boxing and sports, and there's not much opportunities here. So for the kids to look at that in positive light and live their lives in good things rather than usual getting into crime and stuff like that, to follow on. That's what we need more of in this. So I think you see the local heroes on the football field with 10 little kids. They're the heroes, and they're the people who saving communities and stuff like that. I'd like to be a part of that, and to give a positive message by winning the European title.
Can I just ask one last question to everyone really? How much camaraderie is there in this city? Because there's so many good champions at different weights. Everyone's known each other since amateur days. I mean, it almost seems like a team ethic with everybody supporting each other. Liam, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's like, you see people, it's hard to really touch them on, people going on about Josh Warrington. How many good fights can you name from Leeds? And there's numerous, it's hard to mention certain people, but you look at Liverpool, say it's very hard to become European champion. Be honoured to become European champion, as Jazz just said. Now we've got Ryan, Kevin Satchel, Bellew, my brother Callum. We didn't have one for a long time, and the European title's a massive thing, and I think we kind of take it for granted a little bit because we've got others. The European champion's a massive thing, the world champion's a massive thing, the British champion's a massive thing. Because we've got so many good fighters, we don't really, it's kind of hard to say appreciate it, but it's because we've just got so many good fighters, and we've been a successful city for a long time now, and I think it's helping each other. Everyone winning titles and going on to win European titles, going on to win world titles, and I think this time next year we're just gonna every title we've got now we're gonna double and triple. I think we'll have more world champions, more European champions, more British champions. We've got some good prospects coming through, and we've got some top fighters, on the verge of world titles and world title shots. So I think everyone up here could fight for a world title in the next 12 months. So I think it's just gonna keep adding and success, but it's breed success. So hopefully it carries on with this city.
Thanks very much everybody for coming down. As I said, the show's live and exclusive on BoxNation, so if you can't make it down to the Echo on the 4th of June, make sure you tune in there. All the guys available for photos and one-on-ones. Thank you very much. Cheers.